How you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another action figure review. This is the Mondo Tees Masters of the Universe He-Man Deluxe 1/6 scale action figure. As many collectors who pre-ordered this, mine came with the torso separated from the hip. I contacted Mondo Tees. They sent me finally a replacement that just came a few weeks ago, but I haven't had the chance to open it. It came in this box. So we're gonna be able to fix it this time. And I want to review it because I'm a big fan of the Masters of the Universe. The front of the box looks really, really neat. This is a representation of the 3 different outfits that you can come up with this deluxe figure. Now, both sides of the box are clean. You see 1/6 scale collectible figure, that's what it says, and He-Man Deluxe figure at the bottom. Now, at the back of the box, there is a bio of He-Man. It says, by the power of Grayskull. If you look at the background, there is the entrance of Castle Grayskull. That is pretty cool. At the bottom, it says that it was made in China. It's a collectible, and if you're under 14, you're not supposed to have this. It has the logo of Mondo. And then he gives us information of who was the creator, the artist involved in the packaging. So we have Florian Bertmer. He is the packaging illustrator. And also we got Gabe Chicoine. At the top of the box, you see the logo Masters of the Universe. You can also see the eyes of Castle Grayskull. At the bottom of the box, he has the barcode and it says Mondo Tees and also has the address of the company. Now, another cool feature of the box is that this has a lid. This is a window box, but it has the cover that you can open. But that cover, that lid, is held by a magnet, which is a really cool idea. As you can see, there's this image, very beautiful image of He-Man. I love the art there. You see the backdrop with Castle Grayskull, looks amazing. They did a fantastic job with that diorama. The other side, through the window, you can see everything that comes with this package. Now the tray is out of the box. There is more items here at the bottom. The replacement also comes with its tray, which is cool. Alright guys, now everything is out of the package, and as you can see, it comes with a lot of different accessories, which is super cool, and at the same time is daunting because now you have to decide how you're going to display it. This is the old body. I put it together. I have done all sort of things in order to keep it together, but believe me, it just stick together right there. But if you move it, it's gonna come apart, which is, I have tried even to, as you can see, there's even some glue there. That's the most recent thing that I did. I tried so many different things, where there was actually widening this, the peg, the round peg, and that didn't work out so great. I did a heat gun. I removed this part. I've been trying so many different things to put it together, and I haven't really found the right way to do it. For the time being, this kind of works like that. So if you want to use an extra body for display, at least you have now the right body. And yeah, there are a lot of things with this body that I will tell you that I'm not necessarily, even with the replacement, I'm not excited about. There are a couple of things that I found in the end disappointing. The art looks good. The paint job that they did, it's very nice. It's a bit of that, the one that you can scuff very easily, so you have to be very careful. Now, my replacement had a problem with the fur on the loincloth. It has like a, I would say, glue residue, but it's very stiff. And I already, applied some goo gun, which is a liquid just to kind of take away some of the excess glue. So it makes it really rough to the touch, kind of like sandpaper. I didn't like that. Didn't have a problem with the original. This is the only one with the replacement. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to call Mondo for another replacement. I'm just going to deal with it because I'm not going to be playing with it. I'm just going to be displaying it. The portrait is fantastic. I will tell you this, that face portrait, I like it very much. But one thing I will tell you, as soon as I got this piece, I wasn't necessarily super excited, particularly because of the price point. It's not a cheap figure. And I feel that a lot of the, of course, the articulation, it's technically a small figure that has been expanded into a 1/6 scale, and you still have the same problems that you face with articulation with other figures, but now on a larger scale. It's a bit stiff at some point, and it doesn't have the range of motion that I was expecting. And one of the things, for example, with the arms, they don't go all the way out. He stays like that all the time. So the motion there, it can rotate. You have this, of course, the swivel right there. You have this part, with the arms. You can do certain things, but it's a bit limited. I apply a little bit of a heat, you know, I particularly did that with this one when I was trying to fix it with the heat gun, and of course it comes apart. So I'm able to do more, even to rotate a lot more here. So you have to apply some heat if you want to do that torso thing, which is kind of weird the way they did it, the way it pops out in the back, all of that. So for the most part, you're not going to be doing crazy displays with this one. It's going to be mostly, you're going to do the basic posing. You also have this other portrait, which is the battle ready to fight. I like this one very much. And as you can see, the hole for the peg is right there. And then you have this one, which is really cool. They did the same with the first release that they have, which was, I think this is a better figure overall in comparison to the original He-Man that they have. Of course, because it has the classic look, and I think the proportions are better, the dimensions are better, and I think the portrait's a lot better. Now, this one, of course, the homage to the classic toys, it looks really cool. You can take, of course, the head out of the ball joint, which is a very tiny one. It's not bad. And then you insert this one. And a lot of people don't like this head, as you can see, because they talk about proportions. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's as bad as some people are saying. You know, if you want something just cool to display that way, very classic, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's cool. Many people, they were complaining about how loose one of the heads. This one is very tight, which I like. It's super tight, which is, it fits well on this one. This is the one that some people were having issues where it's so loose, but I don't think it's that bad in comparison to other people that were having the problem. Now with the hands, you have the closed fist, which is cool. So it comes with, already come assembled with it, but you get the extra 3 hands. You have the grabbing hands, and then you have the pointing finger, which is kind of cool. You also get this knife. Now going through the weapons, you get the knife, which is cool. I will tell you one thing, when you insert it right there, it doesn't fit tight, it's a bit loose, so I'm not necessarily crazy about it. I'm gonna show you when I go through the display, you're gonna see it. When you insert it, it's not necessarily, it's kind of hanging. I think it's because the knife is too long. I wish it was actually smaller, so it will fit a lot better. The sheet is nice, you know, you can see the way they did it, and you can take it off the sheet. It looks good. The dagger looks really nice, the knife looks great. And this is a homage to the original design. It's a homage to the comics, the mini comics. Of course, you get the power sword, and this power sword looks really neat. I like it. It's already been scuffed, mine, when I was just moving it with the hand. So believe me, some of the paint, another thing that I will complain about, the paint job, it scuffs, as I mentioned earlier, it scuffs easily. So that's another complaint that I have with the way they paint it, the way they overspray it. But the sword looks neat, and the hilt of the sword looks great, the way they paint it right there. So it has the classic look. Love this one. The sword that comes with the power punch armor, that is cool. This one is translucent. That's a nice color. I love the way they did it. The paint job is excellent. It's the same mold as this one, but the material looks different, and it's cool that you have these 2 options. It comes also with the battle axe, and this battle axe looks really, really neat. I love how they embellish some of the design and the color there. It has a lot of weathering with the metal, like it's a gunmetal color, which is cool. It's a bit sharp. It's not round, so you gotta be careful not to cut yourself by mistake. The shield, and the shield has some weight. I like the weight of it. It looks really cool. It has the handle. There's no leather or pleather there. It's just plastic. So it makes it a bit hard when you're trying to insert them there as well. You got the battle armor, which is super cool. A great thing about this battle armor is that it's held by magnets, which is better than just having the plastic. As you do with the toy, you have the little plastic hinges that they normally break. So they fix it by this. It makes it simpler. Now, this is where you can insert the Age of He-Man there. And of course, you remember on the toy, there has a little spinner thing that you can change the symbol of He-Man. And it has a magnet as well, which is really cool, the concept that they did it that way. It's very, very, very unique. And you get the regular H, and then they got the one that has been damaged by, by battle. So that's the battle damage right there. Now for the Power Punch display, you get the harness. Of course, you remove this harness, this armor, and then you insert this one. It has the chest plate with the H, and of course the backpack and the harness. And all you got to do on this one is, you see those little pegs, round pegs, they insert into this, when you go around the figure and it closes like that is really cool. Now, as you remember, the cool thing or the gimmick of the Power Punch was the fact that you can make the noise with the caps for the cap guns, which, you know, if you grew up back in that era, you remember we used to have this a lot. It does have one. Of course, it doesn't have gunpowder, but it's just for display. You can display it right here with the shield that is also part of that. It's a very hefty shield. I like it. It feels a bit hollow, but it has some heft and some nice weight. So it's I would say comparable to the other one. You can insert it right there. It doesn't have any magnets. It just inserts and pretty much it stays there. Really cool. And here you can also insert, although you have to be careful, you can insert the sword right there if you want to carry the sword. Also, you get this bracelets, or you can call them also their gauntlets, their wrist gauntlets. Remove the hands, as you can see. You can see there's just a hole. The hands are simple to remove. And you remove, of course, the regular gauntlet. And then, of course, they have different shapes. So you know what, I was looking at them, that not all fit. So you have to get the one that actually fits properly. I don't know if this is the one. Maybe this one. Actually, no, this will fit on the other one. You can feel it right away that it goes with, you know, with what. So this goes there, and then of course you can insert the other hand. You can peg it right there. Very, very cool. So now he's pointing a finger at you. So that's the way you do it. Now, I like the regular wrist gauntlets. They look really neat, and this is a very classic one, and it has this different one which is very neat, more modern. I like this one a lot, and they both work together. When you look at the Power Punch, of course, they're both similar, which is cool. You also get an extra hand, and there is for the Power Punch, and it comes with this plastic. It's bendable plastic, translucent. Looks really cool if you want to do the effect of the Power Punch. All you gotta do, of course, is remove the hand, and once you remove the hand, then you can insert this one right there, and then he is punching at you, which is it's cool. Cool idea, cool concept. You're able to kind of maneuver this, because another thing, again, it's just the possibility on this is not the greatest. When you look at the chest plate, as you can see right here, it looks cool. I love the concept. It's loose. Some people were not happy about how loose it was, or they present that as a concern. To me, it's fine. It's not rubbing on the paint job, it's not rubbing on the body, so it's not gonna cause a lot of that damage. Now, to remove it, you have to come to the back, and here you can see there's this sockets, and then you have this part of the belt that comes out. But there is nothing here, a sheet or anything where you can insert your power sword, or even anything that you can insert your battle axe. So you would have to kind of wiggle it there, and it's so, even though it's loose, it's still a bit tight, so I don't think there is enough space. You would have to kind of put it like this and then try to close it if you can. It's disappointing. I think that's another thing that I'm disappointed with, that there's nothing there, a sheet or a hook or anything where you can carry. So you're gonna have to come up with an idea or something different, so you can have your battle axe, or you can have anything else. Now, to remove it, of course, you have to remove the head. That makes it easier. And then you can detach this part, and then you can remove it. So that's the way you do this. If you want to do the body here, for this part, you insert it like that. It closes like that. Use whatever H you want. So we're going to use a regular one, and then we're going to use this, as you can see. That's how it works. Cool. I like this armor. Both armors are amazing. And of course, I have the grabbing hands, so you have to kind of extend this a little bit with the plastic because it's a bit stiff, but you can apply some heat. I think that would be the best thing. And then you can have the battle axe, which I think it looks cool. It looks cool with the battle axe with this particular armor. And of course, I continue to the battle damage symbol. Looks cool. I love the way the magnets work. They can wiggle a bit, but it's really firm. The magnets on this piece are amazing. Like, I think that they're very strong. They're well done. So that part we can say that Mondo did a fantastic job with. This one is a bit sloppy on the paint job. I can see the reds are not in line, some of them, and there's a little bit of sloppiness in the way they paint it. Still, it doesn't look bad. Of course, you have to be really up close to see that, but it doesn't really look bad. And as you can see, it's easier to insert. I love the way they did the backpack. Looks really, really neat. And also, as I mentioned, it comes with a little base. You just have to take this little part and insert it right there, which is cool. This is the one that goes under the crutch and holds it. It's basic plastic, has a little bit of kind of rubbery feel. And this design here, which I don't know if you can see it on camera, there's like a little design there. I will tell you, it's not the greatest. I wish it was something different, even if it's Master Universe, or a little more love to this base. It's a basic base just to hold it. To be honest, you can display it without, but because it is heavy, particularly it's top heavy, there are so many different parts that you want to display it with. It may fall all the time, so that is the part. Now, when it comes about the articulation of this figure, as you can see, it has the joints at the bottom, if you can see them there. The rotation on the legs, it's fine. You can do basic rotation. It has the double jointed knees, which is interesting. You can do certain things with it. It's a bit stiff, so if you want to go all the way, and even though you apply some heat, it's not gonna go all the way there. I like the fur on the boots. I like the paint job on the boots. It has this ankle rotation, which has always been kind of weird, but it works. It's a bit loose, but not super loose, so that means that it's gonna allow for that to be able the figure to stand on its own. You have the rotation here, which has been fixed. They fixed it. I'm super glad that they did it. Now, I want to point out that working with the shield is not that simple. Trying to display with it, trying to insert it, it takes a little work. So the best solution to add this, because it was not going in so easily, I would say grab the grabbing hand, and then do this, of course, put it, insert it first into the shield part, as you can see right there. It's giving me a little bit of a hard time there. Once you do that, then you have at least part of the problem solved. Then this is the other thing where trying to insert it here, it's a little bit tricky. But once you do this, I don't think they give enough room for it. And I feel that what they should have done was perhaps to have like a little thing where you can open this and then close it, as Hot Toys sometimes does with Captain America, or they have done with some of those Captain Americas. That would be the way, and you will be able then to insert it. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hard time trying to play with the whole display. All right, guys, now it's time for a quick comparison. I have it right next to two 12-inch 1/6 scale figures. You know, that's the standard or the average. And here you have Mondo from Hot Toys, which it's in a nice pose. I like this pose. I've been having this pose forever. I don't really change much. I really like this figure, although there's a new one. I haven't gotten that one. Hopefully at some point I'll get it with the one with Pedro Pascal's portrait, and of course the more metallic look on the armor. I still think this is a fantastic figure. But then, of course, we have the X06 709 that I reviewed recently. That is a fantastic looking figure. I'm telling you, it is amazing in person. So right here, you can see scale-wise is within the same range. Of course, the difference would be that He-Man has more of that, I would say, toy look. Not saying this in a derogatory term. It's, you know, it just has more of that, you know, in this case, the joints, you can see they're like based on a figure that is smaller. But now, of course, in a 1/6 scale. It still looks fantastic in comparison. I think there are a lot of great things about this figure. Some things that are limitations, but overall, I think it's going to look really nice if you display it with other figures. Now, coming to the end of the video, what can I say about this figure? I'm telling you, I like it. I'm happy to have it. I'm happy that I have the deluxe version that comes with all the extras. I think all the extras are nice. I'm glad, you know, of course, because if you know Mondo, some of the figures, then they release certain things, but with less things, and of course, almost at the same price. And the complaint has been that Mondo prices have gone up. This is my first Mondo figure, and I'm glad that I waited, that I didn't get the original He-Man, and I waited to this one, because this is the one, in my opinion, that is everything you need, because it has the classic look, it has a much better figure. You know, there are a lot of things that they perfected with this figure. However, that doesn't mean that it's perfect. There are a lot of things that I'm not necessarily satisfied with. First, I wasn't satisfied with the fact that we have to wait that long to have the figure just to come. It went out quickly, but of course, you know, which was surprising that they released it so fast, and it came with QC problems. And have to wait 3-4 months to get the replacement part. Of course, we know that Mondo has gone through a lot recently. Of course, they were purchased by Funko Pop. That was a big thing. And just recently they let go a big part of the staff. And of course, now they restructuring the company. They want to do things differently. So I know they've been through a lot. But in my opinion, it's for the good in the end, hopefully, crossing my fingers for the company, at least for quality control, for the way they sell certain products. They, instead of having just a very limited time to get some stuff, I think this is going to be, in the long run, it can be an improvement for what Mondo is doing. But of course, that's still debatable, to stay on the table. We don't know in the end how this is going to work out. So they've been through a lot. So, and of course, waiting that long to get the piece. And even though it came, I'm glad that it came. They also gave me like a $50 gift card from the store. I haven't used it yet. I did not pre-order Battle Cat. I was not necessarily, I wanted to wait for this figure. I wanted to wait to see the quality before I jump into it, because I'm also a statue collector and I'm anticipating the 1/6 scale statue from Twitterhead. And I know it's going to be amazing, knowing the quality of the stuff that Twitterhead is producing now. But there were a lot of doubts for me in reference to spending that type of money into a figure. And in some way, I feel that this figure kind of answers some of those questions. I'm glad that I did not pre-order, because I feel that the figure is fine for what it is. It is pricey, but there are a lot of limitations even on the way you can display this. Even though it comes with a lot of accessories, it's going to be hard to do certain poses with it because of the way it is. So it's going to stand there. And I didn't get She-Ra, although I've been thinking about maybe getting the regular one just to display it alongside He-Man. I think that's gonna be fine. I didn't get the deluxe version that also came with some QC issues that have to be fixed, which tells us a lot about the process and the situation that Mondo is facing right now as they are changing and adjusting to this new ownership and everything that is happening. But I will tell you, I'm glad that I got it. I'm glad. I think it's pricey. It's going to be a standalone piece. I have a lot of pieces that are standalone. I don't collect the whole collection, as you can see with a 7 of 9. I do not collect the whole line. I don't care much about it. I only care about certain characters. So it's gonna be fine for me now that it's fixed. Of course, you're gonna see on eBay a lot of people selling some, at a discount, but be careful that they're not getting one of those old bodies that are not working properly. Make sure that you're getting, if they're gonna sell you something, at least it's the right, in this case, replacement, or it's a body that is the right way, if you want to get an extra body, because that is another option some people may go for if they want to have all the different displays. I might do that at some point with the extra body. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about this figure? Are you happy with it? Do you have it? You don't have it? You dodged the bullet on this one? Let me know in the comments below. So my friends, once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button to remind you of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are down below. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless you. Take care. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.